started using QuickTrim diet pills, and they've given me a ton of confidence on the tennis courts. They're supposed to burn more calories, curb cravings, and kickstart your metabolism. Glancy, the QuickTrim pills are really working. You have to try them.
Wait, did you know diet pills are largely ineffective and can even cause damage to your body? The Kardashian sisters are not a reputable source, and QuickTrim products are not backed by scientific research. Did the Kardashians tell you that QuickTrim has been implicated in a $5 million class action lawsuit for deceptive and misleading advertising?
Girl, we have to do some research on this.
So, QuickTrim Extreme Burn Weight Loss claims to burn more calories than exercise and dieting, stop cravings, increase energy levels, and support a healthy metabolism just by taking 1 to 2 pills before your two largest meals of the day. That sounds pretty good, but how'd y'all's research go?
From what I found, each of the ingredients are really not performing as the Kardashians claim they will. To start, Quick Trim diet pills are supposed to be an advanced weight loss formula, but none of the ingredients boost weight or fat loss.
The main ingredient is their trademarked QT Capsimax Super Thermo Complex. It's basically just caffeine. Since QuickTrim didn't do their research, we decided to dig around the databases for them. And here's what we found. First of all, QuickTrim has almost double the daily recommended dose of caffeine for adults. Overindulging in caffeine can result in psychological and physical side effects like anxiety, insomnia, addiction, restlessness, and even chronic headaches. Studies have shown that caffeine can assist in weight loss by suppressing appetite and increasing energy levels.
That's true. A randomized control trial conducted by Boozer and colleagues found that individuals with obesity decreased weight and body fat and improved cholesterol levels after ingesting a caffeine supplement. However, some participants experienced dry mouth, heartburn, and insomnia. And keep in mind, these participants only ingested 192 milligrams per day, which is far less caffeine than the 800 milligrams included in QuickTrim.
Well, that sounds like a pretty solid study. Randomized control trials allow for limited bias when testing the effectiveness of a new treatment, but the high levels of caffeine in QuickTrim still give me some pause.
Me too. I know I get jittery when I have too much caffeine, but here's an interesting study for you. Researchers either gave individuals with overweight or obesity 150 milligrams of caffeine or placebo following a 4-week diet intervention program. Though individuals who ingested caffeine initially lost more weight and body fat, those who did not ingest caffeine were more successful in the 3-month weight maintenance period following the intervention.
So this means QuickTrim was kind of correct in their weight loss claims, but they're really not helping their customers in the long run. QuickTrim might help you lose weight right off the bat, but you might struggle to keep that weight off as your body adjusts to the high levels of caffeine. But QuickTrim also claims to curb cravings and increase energy levels. Is that true?
Well, from what recent psychological literature has shown, I would say no. Another RCT administered participants either 0, 1, or 3 milligrams of caffeine at 4 different time points. After caffeine intake, participants are invited to a buffet breakfast, and appetite and energy levels were assessed over the course of the day. The researchers found that caffeine did not function as an appetite suppressant, nor did it increase energy.
Not only that, but caffeine might actually trigger cravings for sweet foods and snacks. In another RCT, participants who ingested coffee with 200 milligrams of caffeine reported that their coffee tasted less sweet than those who ingested decaf coffee, despite the fact that both drinks contained equal amounts of sugar. This is due to the fact that caffeine actually weakens taste receptors. Therefore, those who drank caffeine were less receptive to the sugar in their coffee. As a result, the caffeine group was significantly more likely to reach for a sweet snack because their sugar cravings had not been met.
So, what we found is that although some studies support the idea that caffeine assists in weight loss, the benefits are negated by the dangers of QuickTrim's excessive caffeine levels. Further, QuickTrim's claims are not substantiated. Caffeine does not necessarily lower appetite nor encourage weight loss in the long run, and caffeine might actually hamper healthy eating. Well, let's talk about the extreme fat loss catalyst complex. That sounds pretty intense.
The extreme fat loss catalyst complex is pretty much just green tea leaf extract. Lucky enough, there have been human studies on this product. One study looked into the effect of this ingredient in weight loss in women with obesity. Researchers randomly assigned participants to consume either a green tea leaf extract supplement or a placebo 3 times a day for 12 weeks. For those who did not take the supplement, there was no significant reduction in body weight, BMI, or waist measurements.
It seems like the study you just described debunks QuickTrim's claims that the pills will help consumers drop a dress size. But I want to talk about a study that might confirm QuickTrim's claims. This study design was really similar to the one you just talked about, but they actually found significant weight loss in the group receiving green tea leaf extract.
Keep in mind, though, that in the second study, participants received way more green tea leaf extract than in the first, almost 300 milligrams more. The daily recommended dosage is between 200 and 500 milligrams. The first study was within these recommendations, but the second was not, with more than 800 milligrams ingested per day. The limited amount of research on this ingredient points to potential liver damage after exceeding daily dosage recommendations.
And the QuickTrim diet pill only contains 90 milligrams of green tea leaf extract. Such a small amount probably isn't impacting weight loss. Let's talk about a meta-analysis.
Yeah, so meta-analyses examine and combine the results from several different studies exploring the same topic or treatment. Meta-analysis we're discussing looked at 15 weight loss studies and 3 weight maintenance studies where green tea extract was randomly assigned to a treatment group. Among participants who consumed green tea leaf extract, there was no significant weight loss or weight maintenance. Further, some participants experienced mild adverse effects such as nausea, constipation, and increased blood pressure.
So it sounds like the meta-analysis lines up with the previous green tea leaf extract studies we've discussed. But it's important to note that the meta-analysis did face some issues. The samples and study designs were really diverse, which makes it difficult to compare results. Nonetheless, the lack of significant weight loss points to yet another fallacy in QuickTrim's claims. Green tea leaf extract certainly isn't helping users shed a few vanity pounds. This makes me wonder what else in QuickTrim's diet pills.
So let's talk about niacin. Niacin, more commonly known as B3, supposedly supports QuickTrim's claims that their diet pills are a slimming solution. Yet the research is conflicting and its side effects are often anecdotal.
Additionally, a lot of the studies relating to niacin are strictly correlative. Because natural intake of niacin or B3 is increased nationally in foods such as lean meats or nut and seeds, it's difficult to ascertain whether niacin can be linked to weight gain. For instance, one study examining the association between niacin intake and childhood obesity in the United States found obesity rates among American children was significantly related to increased national consumption of niacin and increased niacin fortification in grain products, specifically cereal.
I can imagine that would be tricky to study niacin's effect nationally due to an overall increase in food consumption containing niacin, but surely an RCT or meta-analysis would address this issue.
In one RCT, niacin actually did show some promising results for weight loss, but I would still be really careful expanding these results to the everyday consumer. First of all, the study only included a very small sample of 16 participants, and some of them even dropped out of the study due to adverse effects, such as tingling and headaches. Participants took a daily dose of 3,000 milligrams of niacin, and 81% of them experienced reduction in intra-abdominal fat. Keep in mind, though, the FDA recommends the maximum intake of only 35 milligrams. Further, this study only included HIV-positive participants.
Yeah, it can be really difficult to generalize findings when sample characteristics such as HIV are absent in the overall population. Also, it's probably wise to follow FDA recommendations.
I definitely agree. Niacin may also be associated with increased BMI, blood glucose levels, and the onset of diabetes, which is the exact opposite of QuickTrim claims. One study randomly assigned participants to either a control group or treatment group consuming niacin supplement for a minimum of 100 days. 27% of the participants in the niacin group developed diabetes, which was linked to an increase in BMI and blood glucose levels.
That sounds pretty concerning, but it's important to keep in mind that QuickTrim products are only intended to be taken for about 14 days rather than 100. Also, the study did not definitively examine the association between the variables. It's unclear whether niacin is linked to BMI, diabetes, blood glucose levels, or all three. It could very well be that niacin affects BMI and blood glucose, which in turn influences diabetes or vice versa.
It's really frustrating to realize that products are available on the market that are backed by very little research. And unfortunately, the same can be said for the remaining products included in the diet pills.
So every single ingredient fails to entirely support QuickTrim's claims that their diet pill has been clinically proven to burn calories. Obviously, the daily consumer isn't going to be doing as much research as we did, but there's no way that people are actually losing weight or slimming down on these pills. So why do people keep buying this product?
It's all in the marketing. The Kardashians are such public figures, and everyone wants to be and look like them. Did you notice after watching the QuickTrim ad that none of the Kardashians actually came forward and said that they use these products?
That's ridiculous. The Kardashians couldn't be further from the typical QuickTrim consumer. Why do people think that if it worked for Kim and Khloe, it'll work for them? Everyone knows that they've had a ton of plastic surgery to look the way they do, not to mention the fact that they have no expertise on the subject. They don't have scientific degrees, nor do they have jobs in the scientific field.
What really bothers me is that they assume that having overweight or obesity and creating the body you deserve can't go hand in hand. They also send the message that having overweight or obesity is something that calls for immediate fixing, but we all know this is false.
I still can't get over how quickly we debunked their claim that their product was based in sound research. They took basic claims such as the fact that caffeine has been shown to reduce appetite and weight and expanded them far beyond what's appropriate. Their website masquerades as scientific evidence, but it's clear that the research simply isn't there.
QuickTrim goes on and on about how their diet pills will burn more calories to get the body you want, but not a single one of the ingredients does what they claim.
What's even crazier to me is that they were actually implicated in a $5 million class action lawsuit over deceptive and misleading advertising. So it looks like some of their consumers have started to catch on.
It looks like their inappropriate lack of scientific backing, faulty authority persuaders, and impractical expectations culminated in a legal disaster. That pretty much sums up what we've been saying all along. The drive for a quick weight loss solution cannot and should not be resolved through QuickTrim extreme burn weight loss formula capsules.